Mm. No, oh, nope, nope, needs more gin. It was just a little bit light on the gin. You know what I mean? This video, wow, it's gonna be a doozy. I completely stole this. This was not my idea. I'm a giant copycat. I stole it from Michele Wang. It is my 5 favorite products from my 5 favorite brands. This is a lot of products, right? You think, oh, 5, that's not many, but then you multiply it by 5 brands. And you know what that equals? 25. That's what that equals. What more could you ask for than someone telling you what their favorite products are from their favorite brands? I mean, that's a holy grail situation if I've ever heard it. Also, if you're like, wow, Cate looks like she's real tan. I got into some self tanner this weekend and I think it turned out pretty okay. It was way too much work. Why does nobody tell you how much work it is to self-tan? It's like childbirth. No one actually tells you, from what I hear, okay? No one actually tells you like the ins and outs of it. No one talks about the ins and outs and how awkward it is to apply self-tanner to your body. I was sweating. It was like a workout. Just standing here naked, awkwardly trying to like blend everything in so that my skin tone can look, a few shades more bronze than it actually is. What a strange concept. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of bending. It was a lot of stretching. It was a lot of sweating naked alone in my apartment. If you are enjoying my content, please hit that subscribe button because that is going to, that's just gonna keep you up to date on my channel. You're gonna see all the shit I put out and it's gonna be amazing. Also, if you would hit that notification bell, that will also allegedly it's supposed to notify you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but you know what? It's better than nothing. So let's get into it because my God, this is gonna be a Chatty McChatterson situation, okay? So if you're not down for some Chatty McChats, click off right now. This is just a Hendrick's gin and tonic. It was the quickest thing I could make. We've got to get down to it. So we're going in no particular order here, okay? I just happened to choose Charlotte Tilbury, Char Tilbs, also known as my personal brand. Charlotte Tilbury really is like probably my favorite brand if I had to choose one. Is it any surprise that I chose the Light Wonder foundation as a product I had to talk about? This is one of my favorite tinted moisturizers, my favorite light coverage, dewy foundation situations. It's never done me wrong. It's just like, this was a no-brainer. The Charlotte Tilbury products were, even though I have a lot of them and a lot of their products are phenomenal, it wasn't hard to choose my top 5 because it's literally the stuff that I reach for almost every single time I do my makeup. That's got to be top 5, right? That's like the things you keep repurchasing. So the Light Wonder foundation is absolutely fantastic. This powder is one of my top, I'm gonna say this is like my top 2 powders. No, I'm sorry, top 3 powders. I love the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I've talked about it a million times. Look, I'm already hitting pan. I believe this is my 3rd one. It just really is such a beautiful finish. It is a little bit, it's about as mattifying as I get. That's what I'll say. It is a nice Goldilocks situation. I feel like there are some powders that are a little bit more sheer, but if I want something that is going to be a little bit more mattifying, but still look natural and not cakey, this is my gal. This is something that I will always repurchase. I probably should just repurchase it now because I'm getting down to the very end here. Okay, so moving on to the bronzer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Matte Bronzer, and this is my favorite bronzer of all time. You think of mattifying bronzer, you're like, do I want that though? Like, is it gonna look just cakey and harsh? No, not this bronzer. This always goes on like a dream. I never feel like I'm gonna overdo it. I'm in the shade medium. There is a lighter shade. I have been told by people who have tried it that it is very light, very, very light. The other great thing about this product, which we love, is that it is refillable. So you don't have to keep repurchasing like literally the most gorgeous packaging you ever did see again and again. Look at the back. I mean, what's even happening? This is a well-loved product. I feel so obvious kicking it off with Charlotte Tilbury now that I'm getting going because all of these products I have talked about so many times, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. If that's what part of this video is, that's what part of this video is. This is just the shit that's tried and true. The Hollywood Flawless Filter for a superstar youth glow. I don't know why she feels the need to add those things onto the packaging. But anyway, for a superstar youth glow, use this product. So I do have this on. This is my highlighter today. Again, it is just always so good, and it's gorgeous as a primer if you want to get like super duper glowy. Again, not going to go on and on about it because I've talked about it a million times, but like so this is the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil. This is my favorite eye pencil next to the Pat McGrath black coffee eye pencil. This shade is called Barbarella Brown. It really is just the perfect espresso shade. I basically just always turn to an espresso eyeliner when I'm doing my makeup. It's quick and easy. I love that this is something you have to sharpen because even though it's an extra step, it means you're actually going to get a really nice sharp edge. And the main reason I love this is because it goes on like butter. It's just like literally you're touching it to your lid and the pigment is transferring, which is, you know, what you want, because I'm 37, going on 38 years old, seeing just a little bit of skippage. You know what I mean? Like things aren't always going on my eyes as well as they used to. So I really think it's important to find an eyeliner that you can just depend on, that's super buttery, that's quick and easy. That's this eyeliner. Just again, a very tried and true product. So, okay, so that was Charlotte Tilbury. Moving on to Fenty. So I mean, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the sauce. I'm the sauce. I'm sorry. Okay, but like, it would be ridiculous. I just put out a dedicated video to the body sauce. It would be like a crime if I didn't include this in my top 5. Clearly it's in my top 5 for Fenty. So this is the Fenty body sauce. If you don't know, this I have all over my bod today. As I said, I use it every single time I film. I actually did a double sauce situation. I went in 2 times because, you know, the self-tanning, I'm a little bit tanner, and it is buildable. That's another thing I think I forgot to mention in the dedicated video. Thank God we brought it up now. This is buildable. So, you know, I felt like I needed just a little bit more bronze today. Totally built it up. And again, not going to go on and on and on about this, because if you want to know more about the Fenty body sauce, you can just go watch the entire video that I dedicated to it. But this is the body luminizing tint, not to be confused with the body lava. That is not as good and not the same from Fenty. This is incredible. Okay, this is what you need in the summertime. It is going to give you what I refer to as a mannequin chest or mannequin legs or wherever you decide to put it. I should also say that yes, I do use it on my face. I didn't use it today, but it is an incredible primer. The company basically says it's not made to put on your face, but whatever. I do. So anyway, the Fenty body sauce, number 1, run, do not walk. Okay, so moving on to the second Fenty product. This is the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. I have the shade Butter Biscuit. It looks a mess, okay? This is how much I use this. There's like little brush hairs in here. I didn't bother to polish it for you. I'm not huge on a cream bronzer. I don't have a great reason for that. It's probably just because I own this and I'm like, well, does anyone need anything else? But this is a fantastic cream bronzer. I highly recommend it. I actually did use this today before I set my face with powder, and because I'm just so bronzed, I went in with this afterward. This just blends beautifully. Again, another product that I feel like you really just can't go wrong with as long as you get the right shade for you. Always looks good. I never feel like I overdo it, which is, you know, definitely a risk you run with bronzer. You can definitely overdo it and it can look not natural. So this is my favorite cream bronzer. I think I can say that. My favorite cream bronzer that I own. I have so much mascara now that this has been kind of pushed to the back of my mascara drawer, and I forgot how incredible this is. This is the full frontal mascara from Fenty, and I am wearing it on my lashes today. It is a 2-in-1. It is very similar in concept. The wand is very, very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury push-up lashes, which is one of my favorite mascaras. Go in first with, you know, the flat side, that's gonna give you volume, and then you go in with the other side, and that is going to give you length. And I just forgot how easy breezy this is because I didn't go in with my roller lash after this or anything today. It really gives you soft, feathery lashes. It is a really nice, natural lash. This is one of those mascaras where I feel like you don't have to be precious, which I'm all about with mascara. It's like when you have to work too hard and you're like, oh, I can't put it on this way or it'll clump. That's not gonna be a worry when you use this mascara. I just think it's fantastic. It really has kind of fallen to the wayside, but I have rediscovered this and I love it. So I remember these cream blushes as like my first love when it came to Fenty. I mean, I froke out when these came out and I love them to this day. They are just a beautiful cream blush. One of my favorite shades that I have on right now is Strawberry Drip, which is such a beautiful, perfect shade for summer. Yeah, they really killed it with this whole cheeks out freestyle bronzer cream blush game. Another shade that I really love that I always think looks beautiful is Petal Poppin'. Just what a beautiful, just sort of carnation pink spring shade. So I actually have a combination of Strawberry Drip, and I love the names so much. Unlike the body sauce, they usually kill it with the names at Fenty. This is called Bikini Martini. Isn't that just like a fun, cool toned hot pink shade? So I actually mixed Bikini Martini and Strawberry Drip. I'm not mad about it. I just also really love the packaging of these. I love how it looks. I love that it almost looks like graffiti on the front. I just think it pops. It's eye-catching. And I have 7 of these, okay? So you know that I committed and I love them because they're just like, they really are like candy. Gotta re-zhuzh the hair here, re-zhuzhins. The next, okay, wait, how many is that from Fenty? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, number 5. It has to be these down gloss bombs. And it's like, there are so many at this point, it's really hard to choose, but I am going to narrow it down. I love all of them, but I'm gonna narrow it down to the cream ones. I'm not generally a person who would choose a cream gloss over something with a little bit of shimma glimma. I really love these. I really love them. I think I have, yeah, I do have every single shade. This is the new duo that they released, which I just think is gorgeous. I love the feel of the gloss bombs. I love the doe foot applicator. It's just like so satisfying. It's so fatty. I'm just gonna put some on right now because why not? It was the right choice. They really do feel so good on the lips and they do make your lips look bigger. Like these are definitely something that in a pinch, if I don't want to think about what I'm going to wear, I just want something that I know is going to look good and make my lips look damn good. I can just reach for a gloss bomb, you know? I really like this duo though. I love these colors. I just think they are so fun. But then again, you know how I feel about pink lip gloss. Okay, we've made our way through 2 brands. What does that mean? We still have 3 left. Oh God. Just wait a second. Like my neck. Why am I holding so much tension in my neck? I'm just talking about makeup. Okay, we're ready. Let's move on to Chantecaille. Okay, Chantecaille is a newer brand for me and I only have Michele Wang to blame. This brand is, well, one, it's bougie as hell. So if you aren't down for a bougie situation, this probably isn't going to be for you. But the great thing is that I'm going to show you the top, what I think are the top 5 products. So these things I think are worth the money you're gonna lay down. This damn foundation. Now I'm not wearing this on my face today because whatever, I had to like mix some bronzer in and you know, wow, this whole tanning thing is a very high maintenance situation. But anyway, I love this foundation. This is the Future Skin Cushion Foundation and it is just so incredibly natural, so dewy. Really feels like you're putting just like a more beautiful, smooth layer of skin atop your skin. I also didn't know that I was into a cushion foundation, but I am actually. 2 foundations I have, the Tom Ford, whatever it's called, the Shade and Illuminate it has like 7 names in the title. That one and this one, I am in love. I do enjoy applying my foundation with a damp beauty blender. So that's the best way that I find to apply this foundation. Oh yeah, this is refillable, which is fantastic. Chantecaille, if you don't know, is very into donating to animals and animal conservation and all these things. So if you want to know more details about that, check out their website, but that is very, very important to them. And a lot of their packaging is themed around animals, like this l'éléphant on the front of the foundation. Okay, so moving on to a powder. This is, ooh, wow, it really actually matches everything I'm wearing today. This is the Perfect Blur powder from Chantecaille. You have heard Teresa is Dead talk about it. You have heard Michele Wang talk about it. And now you're gonna hear me talk about it. I love this powder. I actually felt like I wasn't doing right by it when I first got it because I was using my bunny on the face brush to apply this, and this powder is very light. It is a light blurring powder, so the best way to use it, it doesn't pick up very easily if you use something really fluffy like this. I've been using something dense like this kabuki brush right here, and it was like night and day. This is an $80 powder. That is very expensive. And you're like, well, Cate, how does it compare to the Charlotte Tilbury? People love to ask these Sophie's Choice questions, I find. Like, well, if you could choose between this thing over here or this one, which would you buy? A lot of the time the answer is obnoxious because I'm like, well, they're different, so both. That's a little bit of what my answer is with this. Do I feel like you need both? No, you don't need both. I do feel like this is a little bit more blurring than the Charlotte Tilbury is. They're both incredible powders. They're both, you know, somewhat mattifying. Just depends on whether or not like that little difference is important to you. And it's also about the packaging. I mean, clearly, like, wowza. So I could not decide between the Lip Chic and the Lip Veil, so I'm featuring both of them because I think they're both equally fabulous lip products. I just love this Lip Veil in Frangipani. So they're both of them are very hydrating lipsticks. From what I can tell, the Lip Veil, it's called Veil, right? So you imagine it's like kind of like a sheath. It's a little bit not as intense maybe. Look at that color. Oh my God. So that is the Lip Veil. And I actually put both of these on today and I was really trying to hone in and figure out what is the difference. It's not much. The Lip Chics, I have a couple of them, and the one that I was wearing before I put on that Fenty lip gloss is the Lip Chic in Tea Rose. This is just a beautiful, universally flattering shade. It is a pinky nude. I just put it on my hand right here. You can see, look, they go on very similarly too. They're both just very dewy and sheer and plushious. The Lip Chic is a little bit more lipsticky than the Lip Veil. Not by much, not by much. But if you want something like super shiny and super sheer or semi-sheer or whatever they call it, I would do the Lip Veil. They're both gorgeous. They're both gorgeous. That's why I'm featuring both. Also want to mention this shade in the Lip Chic. This is Mandarin. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. I had a lot of trouble trying to choose what shade I wanted to start the video off with. So these are hydrating lipsticks. They're going to give your lips a fuller look, and I really do stand behind that. When I put on this Tea Rose, it's just really satisfying to put on. It just hugs your lip. It's hard to explain, but it just, you feel like the lipstick is got your back. That's really a douchey way to say that. But anyway, you can't go wrong with either of these. Also just like obsessed with this color range right here. This is the color range of the day. Yeah, this was a hard brand for me to figure out the top 5 because so much of their stuff is just stunning, but it really came down to what do I love wearing and also the packaging, and like I kind of had to narrow it down like that. This damn highlighter, this is the Les Paillettes highlighter. That is a work of art in the compact. And just look at that like beautiful champagne, and then you've got this icy pink up here, which you know I love an icy pink highlight. Oh, I just think this is so beautiful. And because I only have my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter on, let's put this on, shall we? And the thing about this too is it really is quite subtle. I don't really see any like glitters or anything in there. This is just a really beautiful powder highlight. And these days I am gravitating more toward a cream highlight, just a cream anything really. But this really is a next level powder highlighter. But it's so pretty, like I almost don't want to use it. That's the thing about this. I feel like I don't even want to mar this piece of art that is inside of this compact. Okay, but that really did take my highlighter to the next damn level. We're moving on to Miss Rare Beauty. I think you know what's coming out. I think you do. I've talked about them so many times, so I am not gonna go on and on about them. I've included them in my favorite matte lipsticks video, so if you wanna check that out, I do swatch some of these. These are next level, okay? I'll just make it really easy for you. I don't really gravitate to a dry liquid matte lipstick, okay? I just don't. These bucked the odds. These are incredible. They are like a diffused lip right away, like from the tube, from the applicator, without even doing anything with your finger, diffusing anything. These look phenomenal. They are comfortable. They are not drying. They are magic. So again, I'm gonna link that video down below if you wanna learn more about these, but these are a no-brainer. These are a run, do not walk. Do wanna point out my favorite shade, because I do have a favorite. It's Motivate. Of course, it's a pinky coral. I mean, look at how that goes on. It's just a whipped souffle. Literally, well, that's what it's called, lip souffle, and that it is. These Rare Beauty melting cream blushes, I think they are the best thing. Well, I don't know, because I love those lipsticks, but I'm a sucker for cream blush, so I'm going to just go out on a limb and be bold and say these are my favorite thing that Rare Beauty makes. They did, you know, send me the whole collection, so I do have all 5. An infant could apply these, okay? This is just a no fail. I don't know that I have a favorite shade. I would say this looks super dark in the pan, but it is an aspen cheek situation. This is the shade Nearly Berry. Love Nearly Berry. This is probably what I turn to most, and I also love Nearly Apricot. But they're all stunning. I mean, look at this Nearly Rose. She's gorgeous. This really is a melting formula. You put your fingers on it and it responds immediately to the warmth of your fingers and does feel very balmy, very melty. These are, you know, dewy, but they set down to a satin finish. I love these blushes. Have to talk about their cream highlighter. They call it their liquid luminizer. I have it in 2 shades. This is my favorite shade. It's Enchant because, again, you guys know that I love just an icy pink situation. And this is the fairest shade they make. This is called Enlighten. This is beautiful as well. See, that is really pretty, and it is really nice and natural. I think they are similar to the Hollywood Flawless filter. I will say the Hollywood Flawless filter can be used for more things. Like, I don't know that I would use these as a primer, whereas I feel like I can use the Flawless filter as a primer, and I can also use it as a highlighter. But these really are just beautiful cream highlighters. So the next thing I want to talk about is not a makeup product, it is a tool. This is their concealer brush, and the person who turned me onto this was Better Off Red. She bought this and she's like, go get it, run, do not walk. It's like a finger that's basically putting on your concealer for you, and she's right. I used it to apply my concealer today. It's just like boop. It was just so quick and easy. It blended everything in like a dream. You know, like when I put my Glossier stretch concealer on, I use my finger, or I'm not using a beauty blender. This is the brush I turn to put my concealer on. If you're a brush person, get this. So I'm kind of surprising myself with the last Rare Beauty product I want to talk about, because it's these eyeshadow palettes. These were sent to me again by Rare Beauty, and you know, I love eyeshadow, but it's probably my least favorite makeup product. And the reason for that is because I'm a lazy ass bitch. I'm not gonna stand here and put on like 5 different shadows. And I often feel like I just look better if I'm wearing like 1 or 2 shades. So these palettes are called Confident Energy and Magnetic Spirit. And can we just take a minute again for the packaging? It is so hip, it is so fun, so vibrant, so eye-catching. This is the perfect amount of shadows for me because I'm basic. They blend gorgeously. I'm actually wearing from this Magnetic Spirit palette, I'm wearing this orange shade all over my lids today. This green shade right here on its own, get out of town. It is fabulous. It is retro. I actually used just that on my lid for a live stream one time. It's one of my most favorite looks I've ever done, and it took very little effort. I just thought these were really different, fun palettes. I was really impressed with them, and I feel like not a lot of people really talked about them, but I love them. Next, we're moving on to our very last brand, and of course it had to be Glossier. Number one product, I already mentioned it earlier in this video. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Since day one on my channel, I have loved this concealer. It is still, to this day, the most natural concealer I have. It is hydrating, it is dewy. I don't feel like a cakey ass apple witch when I use this. It is always just a fresh looking situation. Use your finger, blend it in, it just responds to the warmth of your finger and it looks flawless. I cannot recommend the Glossier Stretch Concealer enough. I feel like this is just another thing that everyone should just have. This is where I keep all my Glossier things now. They came out with this like handy dandy little travel makeup case, which is super cute, and it's really compact and it's all just residing in there. Look at them, look at, that's their home now. So I'm reaching in and I'm pulling out all the cloud paints I can grab. Guys, cloud paint began my love of cream blush, okay? This is the OG. This is the number one. I still recommend these to people. These are sort of unlike anything else I have. They are incredibly pigmented. They blend well. I've talked about these so many times. So again, I'm gonna try not to go on and on about them, but I just cannot recommend the cloud paints enough. If you haven't gotten on the Glossier train and you're like, what do I get? This is what you get. You pick up some cloud paint. My favorite shades, oh, it's so hard to say, but if I had to choose, I really love this newer shade, which is called Spark, which is a poppy shade, big surprise. I also really love Storm. This is an aspen cheek situation. It is just stunning. I love that they're in tubes. It's sanitary. You know, you don't get anything stuck in the product. They remain very clean, and you can also mix them really easily because of that. So I like to just, you know, mix them up. Listen, Glossier Boy Brow, okay? This is like my most recommended product on my channel, I think, you know, if I'm looking back toward like the first video I ever did. But this is just such a no-fail product that really goes for most anything with Glossier. It is just so approachable. It always looks good. I don't know what else to say about this. It's just a great standby product. I will always have a Glossier Boy Brow on hand. Also want to mention this brow flick, and I think I'm due for a new one because I think mine is actually drying out. But this is basically a brow pen. So this is going to give you that really beautiful feathered look. What I like to do is do a brow gel first, and then I just go in and choose certain brows to kind of highlight just to make it look extra feathered. I just love this product. A person who uses this all the time, who has done some great tutorials on this, is Cate Jane Hughes. If you like a feathered brow, you like that whole look, definitely get yourself a brow flick. It's awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about are the Glossier Lid Stars. I love these one and done eyeshadows. And I feel like, again, this is a product that not a lot of people really talk about. Here's the shade Lily. Okay, so I'm going to just swatch this for you right here. See, it is very light. It is a watercolor situation, but I'm telling you what, this is honestly all I ever really need in an eyeshadow. I don't have some of, there's like a darker green shade. There are a couple shades I don't have. These lighter shades I feel like blend perfectly. I don't find that they crease. If I had to do my makeup in the dark, this is what I would grab for and it would still look good. I love all of these shades. I love Lily, I love Slip, which is a very light pink shade, and this sort of rose gold shade is called Cub. Gorgeous. Guys, we made it. We made it through. We did it. 5 products from 5 brands that I'm loving. I can't even remember the title of this video at this point. This was such a fun video concept. Like I said, I could watch these all day, every day. So I encourage all of my influencer friends who have YouTube channels, do this video because I want to watch you do it. Thank you to Michele Wang for the idea. Such a good call. I will see you guys. Wait, what day is it? Oh yeah, I have a live stream tomorrow. Come to my happy hour live stream tomorrow. I do them every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. They're a ton of fun. You guys stay safe out there and cheers till next time. Bye.